Hello everyone, Ella here. I'm going to take you through another quest. Let's see. We are presently right here between Bloodrun Wayshrine and Farmer's Nook. Now there may be these postings in other places, but this is where we are right now. It's a little piece of paper on a tree called Come One, Come All. Warm your soul with delight and daring. Watch the spectacle of the dance. Let the House of Reveries take you to a world of dreams. Find our fire south of Farmer's Nook. So, we have now begun. And as I said, there's postings maybe other places as well, like on different areas. I think I may have seen them on another tree, but this is the one that we grabbed. Here they are.
I admit it's quite a story, but I know the difference between a tall tale and a large problem. I'll help however I can.
I shudder to think what your elven circus would consider far-fetched. I'm not so sure I believe it myself.
Okay, so Heseph, Perrick. Alchemy, we met her in Somerset.
Greetings, traveler. If you've come to witness the marvels and mysteries of our troupe, I hope you haven't traveled far. Our performance is postponed indefinitely, on account of drama, ironically enough.
And what seems to be the trouble?
There's a more sinister mischief in Farmer's Nook than the sort the House of Reveries trades in. I hear of townsfolk disappearing, only to turn up and act oddly. We only set camp recently, but the locals fear we've somehow caused their plight.
Do you have any idea what's happening here?
None. That farmer Heseph said his sister was among the afflicted, and she died recently. At least he thought she died, but she left no corpse. I must clear the troop's name. With the locals wary as they are, though, I need help, and I can pay.
All right, I'll help you get to the bottom of this.
Heseph mentioned that two of his neighbors also had loved ones vanish, Bradon Davaux and Jahhouz. Speak with them. They may be more open with a less grandiose traveler. You might also speak with Heseph directly, if you wish.
Okay, will do. And he's standing right here, how convenient. Sweets for sour company. Okay, not Heseph, Heseph. Heseph Perrick, hello.
So, working with the mummers. They may seem strange, but you're safer resting at their camp than at the inn. Not to say Bradon runs a poor establishment, mind. There's just strangeness afoot in our little village.
I'm helping Alchemy with your problems. She suggested that I hear your story for myself.
Folk have been going missing of late, including my sister, Seal. Never for long, a few days. Just enough to plant a worry before they wander back as if nothing happened. But something did. They come back different. Like everything's unfamiliar.
As if, like she forgot everything?
Weren't her memory. She could recall details down to where she last left the salt, but acted like she'd never tasted it. She'd bring up things I'd long forgotten as if they'd happened yesterday. Started dredging up old hurts we'd put past us long ago.
Could they have been related to her disappearing?
Can't say. Felt like she wanted to relive the past, good and bad. Don't know what would have brought that on. We lead quiet lives now. Happy lives, I thought. Led, I suppose. She's gone now. If it was even her in the first place.
So what happened to her?
Seal led me to our old swimming hole. Hadn't been there in decades. She dove right in like we did as kids. I looked away before she struck the water. She hit hard. When I screwed up the courage to look, just inky black water. She was gone.
Now, what can you tell me about the time before your sister went missing?
We were all a bit shaken by what happened with Igmund, but things were getting back to normal. Until Seal went out to collect logs and didn't return. I begged the others to help me search for her, but they feared they'd vanish too.
Did you find anything?
Truth is, I didn't make it far myself. I thought I heard things in those woods. Even during the day, it felt like something was watching. When she showed up at the house again, I nearly fainted. I should have been relieved, but I felt haunted.
You think it could have been her ghost?
Can a ghost take your hand? Make a meal? If she slept, I never saw it. I barely slept myself. The staring was the worst. Felt like she was always watching, smiling. When she'd blink, it was like one eye was a hair shy of the other. Gave me chills.
Oh, dear. So what sort of things did Seal bring up before she took you into the swimming hole?
A lot from our childhood, mostly. If our parents were around, they were deep in the skooma, so Seal and I had to look out for each other. Not so much anymore. The years have been peaceful here. I suppose we'd grown distant before she vanished.
So you've drifted apart?
No. Maybe. We'd sit down for meals together and tend the farm together, but there's not much to talk about in Farmer's Nook. Another field planted, another day gone by. Was she trying to tell me something? What was she trying to say?
So was the swimming hole the last place that you saw her?
That's right. Even with that ink in the pool, I could tell her body weren't there. I searched around the swimming hole, too. Nothing. Not so much as a wet footprint, or even more of that vile ink, like she'd vanished.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you for your help. This is an interesting story. I'm going up this way. It's a player. Oh. Okay, we're looking for this Jahhouz and somebody over there. Jahhouz works with the horses. Oh, we have guards here, so no stealing.
Ah! Careful! You might have scared the mayor. Who are you? What do you want?
I'm looking into the disappearances, and the strange way people are acting when they return.
You've
More than one
come about
disappearance.
Bugtail. I knew someone would, but my neighbors have kept their distance since he returned. I cannot blame them. I scarcely wish to take him back myself, not after Igmund and Seal, but I couldn't bring myself to turn him away.
Are you afraid of Bugtail?
Yes. Or rather, I fear I will share his fate. Bugtail rode out to deliver a horse despite my protest. The gelding returned. He did not. Before I would have been the first to go looking, but I dreaded he'd return, like the others. And he did.
So where is he now?
Dead. Or gone. For now. Even the horses could tell something was wrong with him. I fought with this one's reins as he groomed her, but she started and kicked Bugtail. Ink sprayed everywhere. When I cleared my eyes, it was all that remained.
Wow. I have some other questions if you're willing to share more.
I do not wish to speak of what has happened here.
Okay.
But I will. How many more will vanish and return to haunt us if no one tries to stop it? What is it you wish to know, stranger?
So what about Bugtail made you and your horses uneasy?
I would not have suspected anything amiss had I not known of what happened to Igmund and Seal. There was nothing sinister in his look or manner. If anything, he regarded me more warmly than he had in years. Normally, he could go days without a word.
Any idea why he was so talkative?
He seemed to want to reminisce about our more adventurous days, before we escaped to Farmer's Nook and settled down to raise horses. They were livelier times, but I would not trade them for what I have now.
So now who was Bugtail to you?
In the far-off land of Elsewhere, I was taken by Sea Elf privateers and sold into Imperial slavery. Bugtail had been a slave for many years when I arrived. Like many Khajiit after Queen Eurexia invaded Elsewhere. We bonded, because we spoke so little.
So how did you escape?
You may think me a spinner of tall tales, but I swear I speak no lies. Bugtail and I were languishing under the hot sun, digging new metal for the Imperial Queen, when a dragon swooped out of the sky and scorched the land. In the chaos, we ran.
Oh, I believe you. I've been to Elsewhere and I've seen the dragons.
I hope those days have better prepared you for our troubles than I. Truthfully, I do not know what scared me more, seeing that giant fire-belching beast, or my quiet friend standing at my door, like a phantom.
Oh, goodbye. Thank you for your help. And then we're looking for... We'll pick up this ruby ash wood while we're here. Wait's not, want not. Now we're going to this house here? No, this one over here. This one over here. Oh, cornflower. Take it. Mine, mine. A happy crow. Okay.
Daedric magic at the Edrald estate? I'm just glad you were able to close that portal.
We're out of meat and no hot meals. If those are luxuries to which you're accustomed, you can keep on moving and find another inn.
I'm looking into the disappearances and the strange way people are acting when they return.
What are you, some sort of adventurer? Yeah. Yeah, you look the part. Sorry I was short with you. Since Igmund passed, I've had to work twice as hard and twice as long to run the inn. It's done my manor no favors.
What happened to Igmund?
Damned fool. He wanted to build a bonfire and drink the night away like we used to. Haven't seen Igmund down mead like that since we were barely men. He lost his legs and tumbled into the fire. Nothing but cinders left by the time I doused the blaze.
So there's no remains?
Not so much of a scrap of clothing. Just black, tarry ashes. Never seen anything throw such a thick black smoke. But it didn't smell like you'd expect. Hair and burned flesh. More like old hay or musty linens. It wasn't natural.
Ooh. I'd like to ask you about what happened before Igmund's death.
I want to know what happened to my brother. Whether he's alive or truly dead. Even if the truth says he really did die in that fire, at least I can put my doubts to rest. What do you wish to know?
So I heard Igmund went missing for a little while.
That's right. He'd gone to get supplies from Gideon. What should have been a couple of days turned into more than a week. I'd begun to fear that he'd been robbed and left for dead on the road, but he wandered back into town like nothing had happened.
Did he say what happened?
Said he got lost. As if he hadn't walked that road 1,000 times. I'd have accused him of gambling our money away on toad races, but he had every piece of gold he left with. How do you spend a week lost in the wood and not look worse for wear?
Was there anything else unusual about him after he returned?
Like he didn't have a care in the world. He seemed to be enjoying even the usual drudgery. Never thought I'd miss his belly aching over the chores, but he just didn't seem himself.
Did anything unusual occur before Igmund went missing?
No. Things were as they usually are in Farmer's Nook. Uneventful. It's exciting times when our little inn sees more than a couple travelers in a month. Ever since Igmund got lost, things have been nothing but trouble.
And then how so?
2 others disappeared since Igmund. And all three were acting strange before they met untimely ends. If that's even what you could call it. No one wanders from the village now. Some folk are sleeping in my inn just to stick close.
Okay. Thank you for your information.
Wait a moment, stranger. I need to speak with you.
Okay.
So you're the one's been asking questions about the people who've gone missing, then come back wrong?
That's right. Do you know something?
I don't like involving strangers in our affairs, but my daughter's gone. Not the first time, or even the fourth, that Annyce has run off, but... well, you've heard what befell the others. I'm worried she's in real danger.
When did you last see Annyce?
A few days ago. I punished her for neglecting her chores again. She must have snuck out in the night. I couldn't find hide nor hair of her in the morning. She hasn't been home since. She's a stubborn one. But normally she'd have come back by now.
So you're afraid she's vanished like the others?
I just want to know she's all right. I hate asking a stranger to do this, but no one else has the spine to leave the Nook right now. And I can't go traipsing after that rapscallion like I used to. Will you find Annyce and bring her back to me?
Where should I start my search for Annyce? Annyce.
Our house is just over there, on the west side of town. There may be something among Annyce's things that points to where she ran off to. But my nerves are too frayed to see it. I'm at my wit's end.
Okay, well, what can you tell me about Annyce?
She doesn't want to live here in Farmer's Nook, I can tell you that. That girl's been trying to get out of here since she was old enough to walk. She's still convinced she's going to travel to Abba's Landing and join some pirate crew.
She wants to be a pirate?
It's not like I raised her to embrace a life of piracy. It's those books her father got her when she was young. Filled her head with ridiculous tales of far-off lands, adventures, and riches. I sailed in my younger days. It's not so glamorous.
Well, what do you mean?
Sailing is days of rope burns and sunburns. It's being tossed about the cabin while a storm rolls your ship. It's bad food, stale water, and wondering if you'll ever make it home. And that's not the life she's dreaming. And though she won't listen.
Okay, thank you. I will look around. Search, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. Maelle Favraud's house? This is the back door. Ooh, have a sec. Platinum dust. Take it. Cozy little house. Be neat if they could open up one like this in the game. Something simple like this. Okay. Hearth ashes. A burnt handbill. Anything worth stealing? Probably not, but only one way to find out. A notched butcher knife. And there's one up here I saw. A rolled up scroll. It's a map. So it looks like out her door to the left. We may have found where she went. Or maybe it's just a treasure map, who knows? That doesn't work. I'll take it because it's 250 gold. Uh-oh, she came back in the house. Okay. All right, Maelle Favraud.
We don't have much, I know. Annyce never fails to remind me. Have you found anything that might lead to my daughter?
Well, I found some fragments of a burned note in the fireplace. Was that yours?
That's just some old handbill Annyce had been hanging on to. months old. Some vessel seeking fresh-faced deckhands that's long since pulled up anchor. I pitched it to the hearth after our last argument. Probably why she left, but not where.
Your butcher knife has taken some real abuse.
When Annyce was little, we couldn't keep her away from it. She'd grab it when we weren't looking and batter the walls and stairs, pretending it was her pirate sword. Drove my husband crazy. I've made do for so long I never bothered to replace it.
And what about this map? I found it under her bed.
What's that doing out? Annyce's plan for a fort. My husband built it for her when she was about 6. Oh, it must be a moldering wreck by now. Unless... if she hasn't run off to join that elf circus, she might be there. It was east of here, in the hills.
Alrighty, well, I'll check it out. Let me talk to Alchemy. It's like somebody walked into the house. Son. Oh, there she is right there. Hello.
You're off to find this Annyce girl, then. Tell me what you've learned. I wasn't able to overhear everything.
Interesting.
You've been gone for some time. You managed to persuade the locals to share their stories with you, yes? Did their firelight tales share any common themes?
All the victims wanted to reminisce about the past and disappeared again after sudden accidents.
Restless phantoms returning to say their last goodbyes before being spirited away once more? This really is beginning to sound like a ghost story. It's all a little too coincidental, don't you think? There has to be a common cause.
Let's see, this Maelle Favraud asked me to look for her missing daughter, Annyce. Have you seen her?
You and Heseph have been our only visitors at the camp. If Annyce has only recently gone missing, there may still be a chance for us to find her before she becomes the latest victim in this ghost story. Do you have any leads?
Well, it appears Annyce might have run away to an old play fort in the hills near here.
Seeking out a more comforting time, no doubt. Let's hope she hasn't escaped into the arms of a monster. I'll follow your lead. My expertise in stage combat won't do us much good, but I have a few other talents and tricks up my sleeve.
Okay, then. Let's head to the play fort. Okay, so here's the house, and there's the bridge. And you just follow this road, and there's a left turn somewhere. Left turn. This is a no, this is a rock. Ooh, ooh. Take that. Dog dogs. Oh, road. Did I take the wrong road? Was there a shortcut and I missed it?
What a charming little fort. Well cared for, loved. Annyce's home away from home. We should look around.
Backpack.
Seems our pirate raided the pantry before she left. She planned to be gone a while.
Leyawind shipping schedule. Port of Leyawind, 3rd week. Lots of ships coming and going. Oh, we have a note. Merry Mermaid. Here she put, this is perfect. Merry Mermaid Merchant Vessel registered to Raindell Mori, departing pending customs inspection. Bound for Anvil on the Gold Coast. Suspected red sails smugglers. This is perfect. If they get held up in port, I should, turn page, have plenty of time to sneak aboard.
A list of departures. Annyce had a mind to travel.
And a battered training sword.
I wonder what adventures this tiny sword has seen.
Me too. And footprints.
Footprints coming here and heading somewhere else. I can picture our young heroine, wielding her imagination like a saber and cutting her way through all manner of adventure. I crave adventure and freedom, Play is my only escape. I come here to plan. I fantasize about leaving. Doubt holds me back. I need someone to believe in me. So often I'm alone, but today I have a visitor. Someone I trust. I go with them. I've never been more excited.
I just realized this is like a little boat fort. How cute is that? Okay.
I believe I have thrust to the heart of the matter. Hear me out.
So what was it you were doing in there?
Getting into character, you could say. Preparing for a part is all about understanding my role. How they think, how they feel. Anything and everything about who they are. I have always had a good head for details, and it serves me well as an actress.
What did you learn about Annyce then?
She's young, or at least young at heart. She's unhappy with her life, but she feels trapped. She has a dream to follow, but she's too scared to go it alone. Only now she's found help.
And how do you know that?
One place to sleep, yet 2 mugs on the crate, both unfinished. And of course, 2 sets of footprints heading south, into the marsh, dancing all the way. The only way forward is to follow in their steps. Shall we dance too?
Sure, let's go dance. Let's see what we find in the marsh.
I don't know who Annyce met out here, but the clues suggest that she wasn't in danger. Yet. We shouldn't dawdle.
Maybe she really is just running away.
That might very well be the case, though I have to wonder why she'd leave her pack behind if she had no intention to return. I don't like meddling in someone's family affairs, but let's confirm she's all right before we jump to any conclusions.
Let's see. Any idea who she may have met here?
Someone she trusted enough to share a drink with. There's little doubt in my mind that she left with them voluntarily. The question is, was this person really who they appeared to be? We won't know the answer to that until we catch up with them.
Alrighty, well, let's go. Oh, we're following these little footprints. Send us in a circle? Okay. That's weird. They didn't go in the direction that they were actually going in.
The tracks lead to this ruin. Did Annyce come here seeking adventure? We should look around.
Okay. An ancient urn.
Despite the smell, I don't think that's a funerary urn. The ashes are too fresh.
Okay. An Ayleid brazier.
There are bits of paper in this brazier, but most of these books are too soggy for tinder.
Speaking of books, let's read a couple. And the Saga of Captain Wereshark, Volume 3. Several pages have been torn out.
This book is well worn, but hardly old. Given the subject matter, I'd wager it belonged to Annyce. Well, this is
Maybe they burned the
troubling.
pages they tore out.
I believe Annyce came here and performed some sort of ritual, and not the sort conjured from an overactive imagination. Whoever she followed here convinced her to make an offering to this place.
So what makes you say that?
I'm certain that well-worn adventure book was a dear possession to Annyce. She wouldn't have torn pages from it for a lark. She burned them in that brazier with her own blood for some ritual purpose.
Blood. Any idea? How does she know there's blood in there? Any idea what that could be?
Not yet, but I was a mage of great talent in a past life. If there's any clue relating to what is occurring in Farmer's Nook, I'll find it. There's a good chance Annyce will return to town, like the others. If she does, confront her about this.
All right, let's head back to town.
If Annyce does return to
Well, let's
Farmer's
talk.
Nook, be careful confronting her. The last thing we want is for her to do something drastic and come to harm like those who came before her.
What if the one who led Annyce out here returns?
Afraid my witty repartee won't be enough to keep me out of trouble? I'm hurt. Trust me when I say I know how to make a dramatic exit when I need to, but if I don't return to town in a short while, assume the worst.
Okay, I'm sure you'll blend right in. Nobody will even notice that you're here blending.
Annyce, everything all right?
Your mother's looked all over for you. Where have you been?
I ran away again, all right? Just be glad I came back at all.
Is she a fake Annyce? Full of black dust? Hello?
What's the big deal? This is the 7th time I tried running away in 3 years. Why are they all gawping at me like they're afraid to blink?
You're not the first person to disappear recently.
Do I know? No, I don't know you. Why do you care? And none of those people disappeared. They went after their dreams. I'm not the only one who has those, you know. Nobody wants to be stuck in Farmer's Nook for their whole life.
But they all came back, like you.
They just didn't want anyone to miss them. It's why I'm here now. I didn't want the last time my mom saw me to be after another fight. But they have to let us go sometime.
You make it sound like they're dead.
What? No, it's not like they're buried in a crypt or anything. I'm just trying to say I'm not the only one who felt trapped here. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I don't even know you.
Okay, goodbye.
I hate to interrupt, but may we have a word in private?
Is she a weird one? She's smiling, but she's still talking sassy. Okay, Alchemy, tell me what.
So, that's Annyce Favraud. What do you make of her?
I don't have anything to compare her to, but she might know more than she's letting on.
How apropos, considering that little library we found is a shrine to Hermaeus Mora. Though I'm still not sure how the Demon of Knowledge fits into this puzzle of ours. Why would Annyce consort with it? Perhaps I should have made an offering of my own?
You're saying Annyce was dealing with a Daedra?
It certainly looks that way. I didn't find anything relating to the ritual that was performed at that shrine, but some of those moldy tomes shed a little light on things. The Ayleids, who used to live out here, revered Mora as their principal prince.
So how does this help us?
The shrine we found was simply one of many ruins. I discovered record of another ruin near to Farmer's Nook. If we're dealing with a cult, or some other servants of Mora, it would make the perfect hideaway. What do you say we go check it out?
Oh, could be worth investigating. Let's go.
The ruin I spoke of is north of town, not too far. I'll have a word with the innkeeper and Heseph about keeping Annyce occupied while we work, but if you wish to speak with anyone else before we head out, I'll wait here.
Are you that worried about Annyce?
We have reason to suspect that Annyce is somehow involved in this mystery. Better to assume she is playing the role of the villain until we know more. Even if she's simply another victim of circumstance, it's safer for everyone that she stay put.
Okay. So, we want to talk to... I guess we want to talk to her. Okay.
She's back. She's safe. Oh, it feels like I've pulled my heart from a vice. Oh, sorry I troubled you with another of Annyce's tantrums.
So everything seems normal then? Nothing unusual?
No, nothing. She looks right as rain, and I'd recognize that attitude anywhere. I know what you're driving at. You're saying I should be worried? Well, out with it.
Let's see, your daughter did some kind of ritual out in the marsh. You might want to watch her closely. You know her better than I just want to make sure she's all right. I'm going to tell her this. Your daughter did some kind of ritual out in the marsh. You might want to keep a close eye on her.
Ritual? What nonsense has gotten into the girl's head now? Annyce doesn't know the first thing about magic. She's just got an overactive imagination and too much free time. Well, thank you for telling me. I'll mention it when I ground her.
Oh, here's the teacups. Patterns for teacups. How cute. There is tea in them. Okay. All right, we're leaving. We're going to the Ayleid ruin. I walked out first, but Alchemy beat me to the door. Hello, people. People. We're going to an Ayleid ruin. Ayleid. How far away is it? We have a lizard bear and not a lizard bear. Staring, ooh, treasure chest, staring each other down. Great bear. They're having a bear growl contest. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Come in. Saga of Captain Wayshrine Volume 2. And a pack. And papers on the ground. All kinds of papers. Look. Papers all over the place.
Well, this old ruin certainly sets the stage. I can feel the tension rising just looking at it. It's been some time since I've felt a bit of stage fright. Please, you take the lead. I am simply the understudy in this adventure.
Alrighty. Here we go. Relicel Retreat. Whoa. Did we get thrown away?
Stand back, ye swab! You cannot board this vessel until you have satisfied me, the mighty Flicker!
Look out, she's... Mighty Flicker? From the saga of Captain Wayshrine? That I did not expect. I'm afraid I only have a cursory knowledge of the Captain Wayshrine series. I find adventure stories rather shallow for a genre that professes to explore great depths. Try flipping through that book for inspiration. Or improvise.
What about forcing my way through?
While that would make an extraordinary claim for the game of boasts, the mighty Flicker there is nothing more than an illusion. The ward upon the door you'll find much stronger.
And then how do we break this ward?
We don't. Trying to dispel or break it with force would be an undertaking, if not an impossibility. Unlocking it, however, might simply require you to play the part the Guardian expects you to play. And you have the script on hand.
The script?
No need to be so literal, love. It makes for dull lines. The book used in the ritual at that shrine earlier, the saga of Captain Wayshrine. That should give you some insight into how the Guardian expects you to respond. Convince it that we belong.
Okay. All right, Flicka. She's not an illusion. I can't walk through her. Alrighty. What are we doing? To battle, the mighty Vaugr shouted. For glory! The response from the war sharks once coward crew was immediate, with a chorus of boots and hollers. The pirates forgot their fear of the undead and laid into the surrounding Draugr with clubs, daggers, and fists. Caught completely flat-footed, the damn dead of Skyrim initially got the worst of it. Well, let's see what she wants us to do here. Ooh, the Mad Mage Duramo, I remember him. Okay, let's talk to her.
Ha! Think you can sail with me, wee one? I've felled giants like trees. I've slapped a dragon around until it got down and licked my hand. I've kicked Molag Bal in the arse once, and he begged me to do it again. Ha ha! Answer me this. Why do we sail?
Glory in battle?
And there you have it.
That was a good guess.
What worth is booty if it isn't earned? What is a battle if you don't cut a bloody swath through your enemies? We sail for honor, for glory! Now brace yourself, wee one. You face the Argonian next.
The Argonian?
Will the sea swallow you like so many others?
Hard scales, hello?
The high seas run deeper than any river, filled with the blood of enemies. A challenge awaits you, sailor. Are you prepared to give our journey your all? Or will you wilt like a mushroom in summer? Tell me, speak true. Why do we sail?
Certainly it's not to meet Sithis, because that's to die. To find rare artifacts.
What use is a pirate for the possessions of the dead?
Okay, fine.
All too often they are
See new lands.
old, or noxious, or cursed. The river washes away all things, living or dead, and all one's possessions. All returns to Sithis. Think again, pirate, and answer me true. This one erects the spine of disappointment.
To meet Sithis?
Earth
You're gonna die?
is earth. Rivers are rivers.
Fine.
Each new land is like the old, with that which kills and or must be killed. The voyage of discovery motivates only
Well, the process of
foolish.
elimination.
Think, pirate, and answer me again.
I have no choice but to say we go to meet Sithis.
I erect the spine of respect. I have fought countless monsters alongside the were-shark, yet none has ever bested me in battle, much to my regret. One day, I hope, I will meet that which can kill me. Now, face two scars, and rejoice in Sithis.
Very well.
Think you have what it takes to join the Were-Shark's crew? I doubt it.
Galena Two Scars, huh? Okay, what do you have to say?
So, you've impressed the big bear and the hard turtle. So what? I walk in the shadow and sleep in the trees. I drink snake venom and piss-honeyed mead. I'm the baddest,
Oh my gosh.
sharpest, meanest pirate on the high seas. But I don't sail alone. Why?
Because you don't have no one to talk to.
You think I'd miss the conversation? With pirates? I once spent 2 years prowling the forest of Lost Leaves while speaking nary a word. You think I drink with mute fargolls because of his singing voice? No. Now think, sailor, and answer me true.
I don't know, your crew is family.
That's right, we're
Okay,
family.
good guess.
Every one of us,
Yay,
from the captain himself to the lowliest swabber of decks, is one big, happy, fierce, terrifying family. No mere crew can hold a candle to us, because we're not a crew, we're blood. Welcome aboard, kin.
Alrighty, thanks.
Your performance could have used more verve, but it seems the Guardians aren't judging on enthusiasm. Let's head inside.
I was lacking verve. Sorry. Okay, now we're inside here.
Oriel above. It's Annyce and all the others. They appear to be alive. Let's try waking them.
Wait a minute, do we want to wake them? There's Seal. Bugtail. So I guess this is how they are going away and having an adventure. Alright, so Annyce first.
Dare ye cross sabers with Red Annyce?
Okay. Higmund.
Gold. So much gold.
Seal.
Oh, darling. That's lovely.
Her eyes open or closed? Can't tell. And Bugtail, what have you to say?
Yes. Bring Bugtail more sweet roses.
It's a dream. They're all dreaming.
Interesting.
This is no normal sleep, but it's oddly benign for a curse. None of these people appear to be in distress. In fact, they seem to be dozing quite serenely. Some of them have been missing for weeks, yet they show no signs of poor health.
So they're not in any danger?
Not from the spell they're under, no. Though why they were made to sleep and what our mystery stranger intends for them is still very much unknown.
Well, can we wake them?
I believe so, but I'm not entirely certain we should. Right now, the spell isn't doing any harm, but tampering with it could change that. I'd like to get a better idea how Annyce and the others came under this spell before I start striking it through.
And what did you have in mind?
Now that you've rehearsed your role, let's cast you as a pirate in her fantasy. See if you can reach Annyce within her dream and get her to wake up.
All right, I'll try.
When you're ready, place a
And
hand
what?
on Annyce's forehead and start
entering her
counting
dream.
sails.
Entering her dream. That's not her forehead. Going to Blackwood.
We're all alive! The dead have come for us!
Mighty Flicka is here. Where is she? There's no loot here. How sad. It's dream loot. Oh wow, look. There's Draugr. Shambling Archer. Oh, she's down here.
If you came to help, you have my thanks. But it's not needed. Looks like Prince Vaugr is going down with his ship. Not that the ship is going down, I mean. It's just... You know what I mean.
This is a dream, Annyce. You need to wake up.
What did you... No. I'm Red Annyce, the Crimson Shrike, and I'll skewer any swab who says otherwise.
Trust me, none of this is real.
Stow it, sailor. With Prince Vaugr dead, we need to find his treasure. Check his cabin, while I search the rest of the hold. This adventure isn't done until we've secured that treasure. Savvy?
I guess I'll look for the treasure. Come on, dreams. Alrighty. Prince Vaugr's strongbox. And I don't
Well,
believe I got anything.
let's have a look. Prince Vaugr's treasure was a book. Didn't know old Dead Eyes could read. Well, let's get it back to Captain Wereshark. Maybe it'll help break the curse.
You should look at this book, Annyce.
Read Annyce to you, Swabby. This book, this is about Captain Wereshark and Flicka and the others. I don't understand. This is all a story. But where am I? Why aren't I in the book?
We found you dreaming in an Ayleid ruin. You're under a spell. I entered your dream to wake you.
I remember it now. I remember it all. Damn it, Cres. You said I could finally escape, and no one would come for me. They wouldn't even know I was gone. That was the deal.
Deal? Did you ask for this?
Cres said that they would make it so I could finally live out my dreams. I could have this life, and they would take my place. I'd finally be free of Farmer's Nook, and my mom wouldn't ever need to worry about my life of piracy.
Well, that's not fair to her. You'd both be living a lie.
I know. It was too perfect. I knew it was too perfect. Dreams don't last. That's why they're dreams. Just a few more moments. It was just getting good.
5 more minutes.
I just want to celebrate victory with the captain once before this is all over. Maybe steal a kiss before I go.
You mentioned Cres was behind us? Who's that?
Please, I can tell you about Cres when we're back in the ruin. Just leave me with the dream a little longer.
Okay, goodbye. Where's my thing to get out now?
Lies takes a ton of explanation.
Upstairs. How do we get out of here? Oh, all the way up. Okay, we're here. Goodness. Okay, talking to Alchemy. There's one.
You're awake! Good. It's been a while since I've worked any magic that didn't involve sleight of hand. Annyce is still soundly asleep. Could you not get through to her in the dream?
She wanted to enjoy the dream a little while longer. She's part of Captain Wereshark's crew.
So, she stepped right into the story that's inspired her since she was little. That explains the ritual with that book. How better to keep her under the spell than to put her in a prison she wouldn't want to escape. Insidious.
Well, it's not a prison. She made a deal with someone called Cres.
You're telling me this Cres didn't take her place? They traded for it? And not just her, but everyone here. What does Cres have to gain from these bargains? To infiltrate the town? What could a sleepy village offer someone who can create dreams?
What should we do with the dreamers?
The deal they made isn't so harmless as they might have believed. You've seen how frightened the villagers are. How many more need to vanish before Cres has whatever it is they want? They won't like it, but we should wake them and end this farce.
All right.
Here we go. Pray that a rude awakening is the worst they have to suffer.
Do I have to wake up each one
It's
of them?
ready. Wake Annyce, and the curse will break.
Has it been 5 minutes? I promised her 5 minutes.
Farewell, Captain.
No! He promised.
My gold! My sweet rolls!
All right, so we're awake. Dreams shattered. A life of brooms and boredom ahead. Happy now?
I need to know about Cres.
Cres is different. They looked like Bugtail when they approached me, but his clothes were covered in ink and he seemed unwell. He They confessed that they weren't who they appeared to be, but they needed my help.
So you didn't find that suspicious?
Cres didn't look suspicious to me, just sad, vulnerable. They said they screwed up again, that they couldn't be who they were trying to be. Cres knew I didn't want to stay in Farmer's Nook, so they offered to take my place.
Do you know why Cres wanted to trade places?
I think they were running away too, from a life they didn't want to go back to. You know how many times I tried to do that? But I could never just leave my mom behind, alone. I thought we'd all be happy this way.
You think your mother would be happy with a substitute?
She would not.
Mother? I'm sorry.
If you wanted to be rid of me so bad,
how'd you get down here?
You could have sent a
Cres?
fake who did her chores.
Well, first let's talk to these guys. Okay, Igmund.
Where are we? Some kind of tomb? Where's my treasure? Last I remember, I was in my treasure room.
You were under a spell. We woke you up.
Wait, so this is real? The dream is gone? My treasure's gone? Why would you do that?
The deal you made with Cres was a mistake. Your brother thinks you're dead.
Why would he think I'm dead? That's not what Cres promised. He said he'd just be me. He even agreed to do my chores. Was that all a bunch of hogwash?
No, Cres did pretend to be you. They just got drunk and fell in a bonfire.
Heck of a way to go. Wait, is Cres dead then? Damn it. I guess there's no hope making another deal.
Oh, jeez. Seal.
How could you do this? How could you wake me? Cres said I would live in that dream forever.
What was your dream about?
It was a damned sight better than this. I had a castle, servants, suitors hanging off my every word. I had everything I ever wanted. You don't know what it's like for us, growing up. We had nothing. We still have nothing.
Well, what about your brother?
Heseph? Heseph seems happy with his plow and his pigs. He's a grown man, and more capable than I am at fending for himself. He doesn't need me anymore. And Cres was supposed to keep him company. We barely speak anymore as it is.
Your brother thinks you're dead. He's grieving for you.
Dead? Oh, Heseph, I never wanted that. I suppose I need to talk to him, like we used to. He deserves that much.
He'd like that. Wow.
So delicious, so moist, and rich and warm. So much frosting. This one can just barely still taste them.
What are you talking about?
The sweet rolls. The most delicious, moist, warm, fragrant sweet rolls to ever leave a baker's oven. Bugtail ate them often. Bugtail had them all.
So his dream was about sweet. He traded his life for sweet rolls. You had a dream about sweet rolls?
Yes! What else would one dream about? Have you never known the ecstasy of sweet moon sugar cream melting upon your tongue? This one has not tasted true sugar since he left elsewhere. He has missed it so.
Couldn't you have gotten sweet rolls without resorting to a Daedric pact?
So he could, if he were satisfied with iced rolls grown stale from weeks on the road. But when one offers the chance to have them at their freshest and most perfect, always and forever, why would Bugtail not take such a bargain?
Well, optional sticks. Okay, let's talk to Alchemy.
Much as I love a happy ending, we haven't quite reached the conclusion just yet. You should speak to Annyce's mother about the imposter. We mustn't let Cres escape.
See, Annyce was dreaming of being part of Captain Warshark's crew. Is that why we saw pirates outside?
It could be that the two spells were mingling. That's not something seen often. Or perhaps it's simply that this Cres person was also inspired by Annyce's dream.
So why would he choose, or they choose, to become a poor farm girl then?
Why indeed? It's easy to guess what motivated these people to pursue their wildest dreams, but the workings of this Cres's mind are inscrutable. What would you do if you were them? Would you leap at the chance to live a perfect fantasy?
I don't know. Yeah, no, people need me.
That's the rub, isn't it? Dreams are selfish things. To chase them, you risk leaving things behind, maybe everything. We all have to decide what we're willing to sacrifice in pursuit. Not everyone possesses your sense of obligation.
These people seem devastated by being awoken from their dreams.
They have a look about them, one I've seen before. It's the look of a skooma addict, sick and desperate on the street, lost without their escape.
Will they recover?
With the help and support of those who love them, one can hope. Ultimately, it will be up to each of them to decide what's most important to them.
Okay, they look like skooma addicts? All right.
Oh, thank you for finding my girl. I'd never imagined she'd have gone to such lengths to get away from here. I should have listened sooner.
So what are you doing out here?
I followed you. I was glad to see Annyce back in town. But I knew deep down that wasn't my girl, and watching her act the part made the worry in my gut so much worse. I had to see for myself.
So where did you leave the imposter?
Back at the Happy Crow. I told Bradon he could put whatever she liked on my tab if it kept her occupied. If you wish to find the freeloader, that's where she'll be.
Thanks for the tip.
We will trust Maelle to see these people safely back to town. You and I should find...
Confront Cres. Oh. Hopefully we can get there before they do. So they don't tip him off that we're coming.
Hey, you! Have you seen Annyce?
No.
Have you seen Annyce? She ran off. I knew I shouldn't have let Heseph watch her alone.
Explain what happened.
Maelle asked me to keep the girl occupied, so I kept her mug full and listened to her go on about her pirate stories. I was getting famished, so I asked Heseph to watch her while I made a stew. That was the last I saw her, until I heard Heseph calling.
So what do you have to say about it?
They were playing cards when she just bolted out of her chair like a snake bit her and ran out the door. He chased her, but Heseph's not much of a runner. Said Annyce was headed east, out of town. Maelle's going to have my hide for this.
It's all right. The real Annyce is with her mother. They're on their way back now.
Hold on, real Annyce?
The real Annyce, yes.
Who was it we've been watching this whole time?
An imposter named Cres. Maelle will explain, or Maelle will explain. I need to catch up to them. Pursue Cres. You must pursue Cres. Above. All right, Cres.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. You're the one I don't know. Why are you here? I didn't run away again, I promise.
I know you're not really Annyce Cres.
Excuse me? You don't even know me. I am Annyce. I can prove it. Ask me anything.
We already woke Annyce and everyone else.
I'm her twin sister. I can't be Annyce anymore. I know. Maybe I could be someone else. What about you? Can I be you?
No, Cres, it's over.
Enough of this charade, Cres. Off with your false face.
What are you? Ah!
You're a Daedra?
So, little watcher.
Wait! Don't hurt me. I didn't do anything. I just gave them what they wanted.
Why are you trading places with the people in this town?
I just want to live. Like you. I'm so tired of watching. I don't want to go back. Don't make me go back.
Go back where?
To the unbound library of the One Who Knows. To record what was observed. That is our purpose. To watch your lives and ink the details down. Day in, day out. Always the same. They know it too. The people here. That's why I offered an escape.
Why did you keep making these deals?
I kept getting it wrong. Being a person. Despite all I knew, I kept making mistakes. Bad, painful mistakes I couldn't undo. So I had to try again. And again. Life is hard, but that makes it interesting. Please, let me stay. Don't send me back.
I'll discuss it with my friend.
Yes, please. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. I won't cause any more trouble.
Let's see. Of all the places you could have chosen, why Farmer's Nook?
This is where the One Who Knows sent me. It is what I know. I thought I could live here and no one would treat me any differently. I could finally experience all the things I'd only observed. Friendship, love, family, mead. Mead was good.
Why did your master send you to watch this place?
To know, as they must. Your tiny pupil suggests that is insufficient. The One Who Knows seeks all knowledge. We observe so that all becomes known. We are the One's eyes, and we are multitudes.
Does that mean you're not alone here?
Alone? I suppose I am. I had not considered that. I will no longer be a part of the One, but something separate. It's unsettling, but also exciting.
If you don't return, won't someone come looking for you?
The One Who Knows watches most. The One seeks not to change, but to observe. If the One sees me here, they will know what was once unknown.
So what happens if we send you back?
I would return to Apocrypha and resume the catalog of all things until I've exhausted my knowledge, and the One Who Knows casts me into the world to observe again. That would not be, in mortal terms, for a very long time.
So what will you do if you stay?
Well, I don't know what I'll do without a mortal form, but I'll think of something.
You can't just take on another form?
I need a mortal pack to do anything more than create an illusion. I traded dreams because they are the neighbor of knowledge and within my reach. I don't have much else to offer a mortal in exchange.
So it doesn't have to be dreams?
Correct. The terms are not important, only the bargain matters. If I find someone willing to form a less troublesome pact, then maybe I could stay.
Okay, goodbye. Strange.
So, this pitiable creature wants to escape its lot in life, too. Even Daedra dare to dream. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't feel some sympathy for its plight.
So what do you mean?
When a hopeful becomes a player in the House of Reveries, they cast off their old identity and assume their new role completely. Such a serious commitment attracts only those who most desire an escape from their prior circumstances. I'm no different.
So, you want to be lenient on them?
Misguided as Cres was, I don't believe they acted in malice. There aren't many stories of compassionate Daedra, but it seems at least some of them might be true. The question is, does this little Daedra's story have to end in tragedy?
Do you have an alternative?
It may fly in the face of common sense, but I think Cres might have the makings of a fine player. They're a bit unrefined, but taking on a new role seems to come naturally, and they'll never forget their lines. I could sponsor them to the house.
Let's see, making a deal with Daedra rarely leads to anything good. We need to send Cres back to Oblivion, or that sounds like the perfect fit for them. They should join your troop. That's what we're going to go and give him to you. Because he definitely wants to.
I thought so, and my eye for talent is one of the best among the players. By the time Cres presents themselves before the Grand Maestro, I will have transformed them into a master thespian. I'll stake my reputation on it.
I have no doubt.
All's well that ends well, as they say. This certainly wasn't the direction I expected this story to take, but a good mystery always keeps you guessing. You were a grand co-star. If we ever adapt Investigator Vale for the stage, I'll be sure to call.
Okay, so the reward for this is a Reverie's Juggler's Blade. It's part of the Deadlands Assassin set. It's a sword and some gold. Let's see.
All right, Cres. I have a deal for you.
You do? Does this mean I can stay?
No, not in Farmer's Nook, anyway.
Oh. Does it mean I don't have to go back to the library?
Yes, and you will get to live a great many incredible lives.
I can? What do you need me to do?
Watch and learn. You're going to be my apprentice. Now, let's get you a mask.
Let's talk. Oh, I have to talk to you. I want to talk to him. Okay, well that's it. It's over.
Now, if you're going to be a proper hopeful, I'm going to need you to take a form similar to one of my players. Can you do that?
Oh, yes. With your help, that will be easy. How is this?
You'll have no difficulty with brisk scene changes, certainly. Now, for a name that speaks to your soul, what about Dreamer?
Dreamer. I like that very much.
Okay, so now he's got a new thing. He's Dreamer now. Now he's Dreamer. So now if we ever see Dreamer, we know that's a Daedra. All right, well that ends the quest. We have completed the quest for Farmer's Nook. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.